My name is Rain. I am a student of the magical arts. And today I will journey to the palace to meet the Countess. I spent the early hours preparing my things by lamplight, casting wild shadows on the walls. Seeking a moment's rest, I go to the back room to lie down and slip away, lost in a dream. The sky is no more than a slim green line along the endless horizon. Beside me is Azra on the back of a strange beast. Master, where are we? Dark clouds bear down all around the landscape, a shifting sea of rust-colored sand. Ahead is a road of perfect black stone.
I dare not tell you. If I did, you'd have to promise me never to seek this path. Not even I am such a hypocrite as that, Ryan.
I am sure I've never walked this road, and yet the sight of it feels like an old nightmare. I strain to see where it leads, but the path keeps changing.
Soon, there will be a crossroads.
Crossroads? Where do they lead?
Depends on which one you take. Now, rest.
My sleep is dreamless. Then, when I awake, early dawn light is filtering through the dusty windows. I throw on a traveling cloak and hurry outside, dragging the heavy door shut behind me. After last night's intrusion, I turn the first lock and then the second and third. Almost satisfied, I press my right hand to the door and whisper a cross-me-not spell. The wood lights up beneath my palm in the pattern of Azra's intricate designs. White whorls glow deep within the door, slowly fading into the grain. The shop will be well. All will be well. I pull my shawl tighter and step out onto the foggy street. The morning mist is thick, yet to be scattered by the heat of day. It blankets the street in an ethereal, milky glow. I take a moment to appreciate the tranquil scene when, all at once, the hair at the nape of my neck rises in alarm. Someone is near. Someone is right beside me. I turn towards the eerie sensation and notice a dark shape looming in the alley. At first, I didn't realize I'm looking at a human. The form is certainly human, though monstrous in size. Their flesh is scored with scars, clean and jagged, shallow and deep. Shrouded in a pall of weather-beaten furs, it's hard to make out a face. But they are definitely watching me. No, waiting for me to come out? They stand between me and the path I have to take. Hey, you're in my way. Move. Stormy green eyes meet mine, unblinking. Then the hulking figure slides to the left, clear of my path. I hear the rattle of weighted chains swinging ominously beneath the robes. The sound chills me, but I square my shoulders and march forward. Just when I'm about to pass the massive shadow, a heavy hand lands on my shoulder, and I freeze.
You will return, uninvited.
A voice like thunder growls from behind me.
He will offer you an escape when you need it most. Turn it away, or you will fall into his hand, just like the rest of us.
The hand releases me, but I'm frozen, processing what I just heard. There's shuffling behind me, the dragging of rough cloth and chains. And then, silence. I have to go, now. Exhaling deeply, I continue toward the narrow, mossy steps that will lead me to the marketplace. Wood groans beneath my feet as I step carefully onto the walkway. Daylight seeps through the gaps between the worn planks shimmering on the water that flows below. It's early, yet the marketplace is already wide awake. All around me are the sounds of battering laughter, vendors hawking their wares. A voice I know well calls out to me over the sea of noise.
Rain, have you eaten? I've got that pumpkin loaf you like in the oven. Won't be long now. Come, sit down, talk for a while.
I sniff the air on impulse, and my stomach twists in hunger. Then again, I should probably be careful of time. The baker's sun-speckled face lights up with a broad smile. He leads me to the booth and a warm, spicy scent surrounds me. As I settle against the back wall, he offers me a steaming tin cup and places his hands on his hips.
And where is Azra? Sleeping in?
I sip my drink of hot minty brew. He's on a journey.
And where's he off to this time?
I shrug. the baker gives me an odd look.
He didn't tell you? How suspicious. You're telling me that rascal is keeping secrets from his prized pupil?
The words are in jest, but they prod at something within me that compels me to answer. It's not like that. Eyebrows raised, the baker gives me his full attention. He was acting strange.
And what's new about that?
I look down into my cup, watching steam curl and twist as it rises. I don't want to say that I'm worried. Saying it will only make it true. The vendor frowns, folding his arms over his chest.
So, he's off on some mysterious journey. What of your mysterious journey, if I may ask?
Shaken from my reverie, I blink up at him, startled. By the look in his eye, the baker already has an idea where I'm headed today.
There have been whispers all morning, you know. They say the Countess's escort rode into the neighborhood around dawn. Word is she was wandering about like a lost lamb till she found your door.
Burning with curiosity, he waits with rapt attention for me to explain. But I keep my silence, downing my drink. In a town like this, gossip spreads too quickly. How's the bread coming along? With a shake of his head, the baker goes to the small wood stove to check.
There, all wrapped up for the road.
I place a coin on the table and hand off my empty cup.
Now, run along. Don't keep the Countess waiting.
I give a backwards wave and head back into the flow of traffic. Up ahead is a narrow stairwell, where the masses and their animals are tightly packed. As I climb the well-worn steps, something catches my eye. A fortune teller booth, tucked away in a shady corner. Silver moons adorn the tapestries draped over the entrance, shrouding it in secrecy. The sight teases a smile out of me. How nostalgic. When we met, Azra was operating out of a place just like it. As I'm lost in my musings, a patron emerges from the booth, caught up in conversation. I gave a wide berth and kept my head down.
Before I forget, what are my lucky numbers today? 3, 6, 7, 9. Got it. 3, 6, 7, 9. 3, 6, 7, 9.
I don't notice them backing into me until we crashed into each other. Ah! The impact made me stumble, teetering on the edge of a step. It also upsets the basket balanced on the stranger's hip, which sent a dozen pomegranates rolling down the stairs.
Oh, perfect, as if I wasn't already late.
I drop into a crouch beside the stranger to help. These are luxurious fruits. It's unusual to buy them in bulk. I spot one as it's about to be stomped under a stray hoof and swipe at it at the last second. When I handed it back to the stranger, their eyes sparkle with delight.
Oh, thank you. How sweet of you to help. And after I bumped into you in the first place.
Together, we hunt the rest of them down, maneuvering through the steadily increasing foot traffic. Though we're nearly trampled trying, we managed to recover every last one.
Well, I can't thank you enough.
They rise to their feet and offer me a hand. Their grip is strong. The skin of their small palm is rough against mine, calloused.
Probably shouldn't do this, but...
Rubbing it off on a sleeve, they offer me a fruit from the basket. When I accept it, the stranger gives me a smile that warms my chest.
Take care, alright?
With a cheeky wink, they depart, slipping into the crowd.
That was tortilla, you know.
A rattling cough draws my attention. The fortune teller has moved to stand at the entrance of the booth and is eyeing me with an avid interest.
She's the Countess's favorite servant, that is. As for you, you look like a wanderer, yes? Wouldn't you like to hear what fortune the fate has spun for you?
Alright. The fortune teller claps her wizened hands and leads me into the small booth. Inside, the air is thick with amber and patchouli.
What is your name, wanderer?
Rain.
Rain, of course.
They hum as their fingers dance over the surface of a crystal ball nestled in a bed of sand.
Wait, Rain?
The humming stops and color drains from their face. Wide, watery eyes meet mine.
Azra's Rain?
Ears warm, I sink into my cloak.
It's an honor to meet you. Yes, it's a great honor. Yes, your fortune.
They nearly press their nose to the crystal, going cross-eyed. A nervous grin spreads across their painted lips.
I see marvelous wealth in your near future. Riches shower upon you. Soon, you'll be lounging in the lap of luxury.
They tap their fingers across the crystal surface rapidly and pull back with a gasp.
And love is definitely on your horizon. I see it, rising like the sun for you. A red-hot rising star of passion.
I nod, dropping a coin on the table and rising from my chair as steadily as I can. The fortune teller is babbling about blazing desire as I back out of the booth.
Ah, thank you. Please do come again. May the fates smile sweetly upon you.
I exit the booth, squinting into the sunlight. As the sun journeys across the sky, I climb stair after seemingly infinite stair. The higher I ascend, the fewer travelers I encounter along the way. By the time I reach the top of the stairs, I can barely walk. Thankfully, it's near dark. I wipe the pouring sweat from my sun-beaten brow and look ahead. Before me is a towering gate of twisted iron. Beyond that, I can see the palace closer than ever before. The sight of it makes it hard to catch my breath. It's much more enchanting up close than it is from the city below.
Who goes there?
A guard stands on either side of the gate, I noticed. They were so still, I had mistaken them for designs in the metal. My name is Rain. I have come at the request of the Countess.
Rain,
They share a look.
We have no knowledge of you.
unless you know the code, you must leave at once.
Code? One guard folds their hands over the hilt of a planted sword.
Yes, a series of 4 numbers.
If you do not know them, leave. We are not above violence.
Or torture.
Anything for the Countess.
I know the code.
Proceed.
I eyed their heavy swords and swallow audibly, but I think I do know the code. Azra often tells me when something catches your attention, there's a reason. If it feels like it has a special significance, it does. The numbers are probably 3, 6, 7, 9. The guards step back, each swinging open one of the massive doors.
Proceed.
I nod, keeping my composure even as a thrill goes down my spine. Without hesitation, I walk past them and onto the bridge. The palace is right before me. I hear the gate slam shut and there is no turning back.